Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheek TV. It is time to get into Ready to Love. This is the reunion part two. I didn't feel any closure after watching the reunion part two. Like, reunion part two, I felt like I was just watching another episode of Ready to Love. Like, I didn't learn anything new. Everybody was on the same bullshit they've been on all season. No one has moved on. No one has moved forward. No one has a change of mindset after at least hearing everyone else's opinion, maybe watching some of the season. I don't know how much they watched before the reunion came on. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Let's jump right into this. Um, we pick right back up with AJ, Alexis, and Kyra. And is Kyra interested in AJ? Like, do you want to be with AJ, Kyra? What's going on? I want to start off saying this. I felt last week I was really, really, really hard on Alexis. I did feel like she deserved it, but I felt like I didn't punch it to the men as much as I punched it to Alexis last week. And it's no shade, no hate. I guess as a woman, I kind of felt like I just didn't like the way Alexis moved all season. But I want to make it crystal clear. These men are full of shit. All of them. All of them. I'm not going to count Jason for right now. For right now, Jason can live. And maybe KG. But everybody else, miss me with the Tommy, miss me with everybody else on this cast. But okay, what did Kyra say? Because Kyra, do you want to be with AJ or not? Like, what's going on? She gave a long ass answer, and I want to read it. She said all of this shit just to say no. She says her heart used to be with AJ, but it should not be this hard and difficult to like somebody or love somebody, whatever she said. She said he's giving me too many hits, but you really want to Jace. Let's just read what she said. She says, me and AJ, we friends, we cool. And if he chooses to pursue me, I think he should know what to do if he wants to pursue me. But as of right now, my focus ain't on AJ. I'm like, bitch, just say no. Just say no. Say you don't want AJ. Say you never wanted AJ. And let's move on. Like, she gave a whole paragraph explanation. And I really want to know, what do you mean by if he wants to pursue you, you think he knows what to do to pursue you? Shouldn't he just say, I want to be with you? I don't. These people are too complex for me. But let's move on from Kyra and AJ because I'm over it. Over it. Leave this man alone. Kyra, please move on. So up next, Tommy wants to talk to Troy, the kisser of the season, the one who wants to take everybody on a trip. And I don't want to talk about Troy because I don't care about him. I don't like him. He creeps me out. He gives me the vibe that he's the type of man that if he did not have any coins to be like, oh, I'll take you on a trip. You want to go to Cancun for your birthday? Like, if he didn't have the coins to do these things for the ladies, that he would have no ladies. And he still don't have a lady. Because at the end of it, Troy was the one begging to be on next season. Like, boy, bye. Nobody wants to see you again. So let's move on past Troy. I don't have anything to say about him. And if you're watching this live, please go ahead, jump in the comments because I'm going to tell you right now, this episode did not give what I wanted it to give, or you know what I'm trying to say. This episode did not give. So I want to get in the comments and have a good time because I'm telling you, if not, this is going to be short, quick. Up next, we get a whole segment about Andrea and her damn cat. She found her cat. Good. Girl, move on. Move on. Go over there with Christian and have a good time with Christian and make that stuff work. But we don't care nothing about that damn cat. So let's move on. Up next, Jason and Kyra get to have a segment. And I said, this segment was the same old bullshit from the show. Stephanie, me and you are on the same page. Part two of the reunion sucked. You sucked me in with the clips last week, but the clips, the preview was the reunion. Nothing else happened outside of the preview. um, Tamiko, I don't know what you're talking about, girl. We'll have to talk about that later because I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, let's get into Jason and Kyra's segment. I feel like when it comes to Jason and Kyra, neither one of them wanted to be. Oh, hey, Bria, Tamiko, let's forget about the cat. I don't care anything about Andrea's cat. I'm mad. I'm mad they gave her a segment to talk about a missing cat. That tell you that they had nothing to talk about at this reunion. But okay, I feel like Jason and Kyra, they both wanted each other. They both were interested in each other. They were playing a high school game. Like, I don't want to be the first one to say I like you, because if I say I like you and you don't like me, I don't want to get my feelings hurt. And so it turned into the cat and mouse of, well, you chose me, I choose you. You just, ugh. I don't care about Jason and Kyra. Oh, oh yes, Steph. Now see, that's something we need to talk about. What was Kyra doing in Huntsville? I believe Huntsville is a good drive from where she at, Houston. So what is she doing in Huntsville with that messy cast? Like, it wouldn't be nobody in Huntsville I would want to be with. Stephanie, stick around. I review Love and Marriage Huntsville when it comes back on. We will be addressing. I do want to know. That's more interesting. What was Kyra doing in Huntsville is way more interesting than her and Jason talking about who gonna pick each other, when, where, and how. I don't care. Um, he chose Liz, and I wouldn't be sitting up here. I would not be sitting up here with my girlfriend sitting behind me arguing with some bitch about who chose when, who, where, and why we didn't get chose. It don't matter. I done found the person I love. Kyra clearly, in the present tense of that reunion, I don't know about now, but at that reunion, still wants Jason. She still wants Jason, and she is butthurt that she didn't get to have him. Snooze, you lose, boo. I don't care. I don't care. Um, I I really don't want to talk about Kyra and her whole. I need to get to the end of the process before I make my choice. You see what that got you, girl? Getting to the end of the process got you leaving the show all alone. Um, I already said Jason and Kyra are. I'm reading my notes. Jason and Kyra are playing the same game. And Kyra, she just lost the game. Jason was tired of you not making a choice, and he made his choice, and he's happy with Liz. And he was honest. He said, I liked you both. I really feel like Jason wanted to say, I liked you both, and if you would have chose me, I would have chose you, and you would be sitting on this couch with me, not Liz. I 100% believe that. But since you know, and you still want to fool all out with AJ, who you know you did not want, you got egg on your face, girl. So let's move on. At the end of the day, Jason said she was calculated. And I said, ooh, that was interesting to use the word calculated. He said she was calculated, a good speaker, but when it comes to the emotions, she is empty. Pretty much. And I really believe this. Bria, what you say? Kyra wanted to be a TV star. Kyra is sitting in the same chair that Joelle is sitting in. They just want to be on TV. But moving on. Um, I agree, Bria. She should have just said she wanted Jason, and it would be Liz sitting up here probably arguing with David instead of you sitting up here arguing with Jason. You should have said what you wanted, and maybe you could have had it. But let's move on, because Jason and Kyra left this the same way they left the show, with no resolution. And who needs resolution when you got a woman? Who cares what Kyra thinks? Up next, do y'all really want to talk about Password Gate with David and Stacy? Like, they really had to have a talk I have to talk to him later. But thank you, Stephanie, for saying no. Because I don't want to talk about Password Gate because I don't care if I am married or in a relationship. I don't have to give my husband my password because I feel like as soon as you have no trust, you have no relationship. If you ever get to the point where I need to look through all your apps and have the password to look at all your accounts, the relationship is already in a place of destruction. So I ain't got to talk about their password gate and their misunderstanding. I'm over Stacy anyway. Like, I'm sorry, you all. I'm just trying to see what my son wants. He probably want to bother me about something stupid. And there we go in the garage, so he can just come in the house and see what he's bothering me about. Um. Oh, let's get to the They ran out of topics to discuss. I agree, Bria. They was talking about too much BS on part two. When I think about it, part one was better than part two. Part one was way better than part two. Let's get on to Stephanie. We're gonna get to David and his aggression when we get to him talking to Liz. Let's talk to the part we really want to talk about. The best part. I'm not even gonna say it for last. I'm going in the order of the reunion because I'm going in the order of my notes. Let's talk about Joel, who is completely full of shit, who is everything. If you have been watching my reviews, he is everything I said he was since probably episode 3. And Vernisha. Um, Vernisha, I'm not even gonna fault you because as a woman, we've all been there. We've all got sucked up into some man's charm. I'm telling you that baby, the the way he says that baby, it will pull me in too. Vernisha just fell victim to liking this man so much that her blinders for the red flags were off. She either couldn't see the red flags because she was caught up in that baby and that New Orleans flair and just the sexiness of Joel. She either couldn't see it or she refused to see it. Because on the outside of the show, I've seen Joel and who he was and how he never cared for Venetia since about episode 3. Bria, I feel bad for Venetia, but then I don't because the signs were there. And it wasn't like they've been together 5, 10 years and she was also in love and couldn't see the signs. The signs were there. Like the whole episode when he didn't want to kiss her at the ranch, the signs were there. Um, but I hated to see Vernisha cry over this man. I felt like she really did care about him. And what I hated the most about that segment was Joel talking about he needs to take it slow. He still, who said that bullshit? Was it Kyra? That's what I said. They wanted the same. They still trying to figure out to get to know them. So I felt like when you get to the end of the show, you at the lake with your roses and y'all kissing in the mouth and y'all choosing each other. That means you boyfriend girlfriend. That means you leaving the show in a relationship, a committed relationship. You're not leaving the show after you done chose each other and been doing all this mess all season talking about, oh, well, I still need to get to know you. Bernicia should have slapped his ass. She didn't give him enough for me, but let's get into the segment. They say when the cameras went down, that's when Joel went down. Once the yes, Vernisha confused sex with love. And it was a point when Vernisha said the intimacy stopped. I said, "Oh, you was fucking too, girl. Oh, you really couldn't see the red flags too. Okay, girl. I'm telling you, if she would have opened her eyes for a good 5 seconds, she would have saw that Joel was not really that into her. But what I didn't like what Joel did, and I'm telling you, in this whole segment, I'm Team Bernicia. I believe everything she said, and I'm rocking with everything she felt. I don't like when a man want to flip the script This whole season, we moving at the same pace. We liking each other, dating. I introduce you to my kids. You introduce me to your niece and your sister. But now, when the show over, I'm moving too fast. How am I moving too fast? When the show is over, I'm thinking we boyfriend girlfriend. I'm thinking we exclusive. But you flip the script. But not only did you flip the script and slow all the way down, you want to make it seem like I'm doing too much. When I got the same understanding Vernisha got, I'm thinking we go together. So her asking him, especially if y'all already fucking, can I come spend the night over your house? That don't sound like too much of a request because I bet you he was fucking all up in her house, all up in front of her kids. Oh, but his kids too good. Don't get me started because I haven't always been married. I can't stand men who want to come over your house as a single mother and be slinging dick all up in. We all grown, slinging dick all up in your bedroom, all up walking around the house in his boxes, all up in front of your kids, eating your kids cereal and milk. But then when you want to come spend the night over his house, oh now, but his kids too good. His kids can't see all these women, but you ain't got no problem laying all up in this woman's house in front of her kids. Joelle pissed me off this whole segment, and I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna give any flashbacks because yes, Bernicia had a choice. They could have went to a hotel, but that's all in the past. Bernicia said the cast told her that Joel was in these streets saying he was single, and that Stacy, who I can't stand Stacy. I ain't like Stacy on the show, but Stacy, who knew that Joel picked Vernisha at the end, all up in here talking about, well, are you single? What's up? What's up? Can you still available? And Joel talking about he's still available. Now Stacy want to act like she ain't said nothing. Her and Joel, she was just saying that to Joel. She ain't really interested in him. I believe everything Bernicia say. I think Stacy is a snake, and I think she was slithering all up in Joel's face, and I believe Joel was all up in his face. I can't stand Stacy either, Bria. I can't. And Stephanie Joel is the definition of a fuckboy. He was only here to be on television. And let me tell you, boo, if you think you're about to be a 40-year-old rapper, you better think again. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You better enjoy these 5 minutes in the spotlight on Ready to Love because season 5 getting ready to start in the fall. And we ain't going to remember your name. So enjoy it while you there. Um, by now, what else happened? So Joel explained to himself about what he was doing with Stacy by saying he got all the babies now. I do love to hear him talk. I ain't gonna front. He said I got all the babies numbers. You know, maybe not Ida, maybe not Andrea, because you know they went home first. But I keep up with all the babies. So to me, that's telling me he been calling all these bitches the entire show. Because if you pick me, Vernisha, as your woman, what you need to talk to the cast for? You ain't got nothing else to say to them. It's me and you. Let me see. I do not like how they tried to make Vernisha look bad and aggressive. I agree with you because Vernisha acted how any woman would act when a man is trying to, I believe the word gaslight, trying to gaslight the situation and make it seem like she's moving too fast when you hear on the show kissing me in the mouth saying you choose to be with me. Yeah, if we leave the show as boyfriend girlfriend, yeah, a bitch come in my face, I'm slapping that hoe. Don't no, this my man. I ain't you can't don't be in my man face. Stacy, don't be over here rubbing all on my man chest. Yeah, I'm about to slap you. That's not aggressive. That's how any woman would say that. I don't care who said it. He said it. I don't care if it was Trista or Stacy. The whole point of it is Joel said he was single. When I thought when you leave the show, you in a relationship. When you choose each other, you in a relationship. What else happened with them? I already said that. Um, I already said that. Not Amber in it. Amber, they said Ron was the messy one of the show. I'm starting to think Amber is messy too, because Amber all over here in this mess too. So what happened with Amber? And I said, Lord, Amber in it again. His mother-in-law died. Condolences. You know, I that just happened to be the fact of the situation. And Amber called and said, "Is there anything I can do to help you? You know, I don't know the level of their friendship. I don't know how much you can do, but just pray for the man." But you know what? She said, even if I just have to take you out to get something to eat, I'll do that. So apparently, Joel must have wanted to take Amber up on that offer for Venetia to get upset and say, if you go out to eat with Amber solo, I got a problem with that. And guess what? I got a problem with that too. I got a problem with your mother-in-law dying equating to another woman need to take you out to eat. That has nothing to do with anything. If Amber wanted to help so bad because your mother-in-law died, what she could have done is cooked some food, family style, for him and his kids, and dropped it off at the door and say, look, I just wanted to provide a meal for your family so you don't have to worry about it today. That's what someone does when someone passes. I ain't got to take her man out on a date. So I was with Vernisha there, and I don't like how they tried to use that as a point of aggression for Vernisha. I feel like Vernisha was acting like how any woman would act when her heart is being broke by a man who was flipping the script on her. Let's see. It says Stacy, Chris, and Tressa. Ooh, they were spilling tea on Instagram Live on whose account? So I can go back and try to look at it. I guess I don't care nothing that Stacy has to say, because, and when you say Chris, do you mean Chrysanthemum or KG Smooth? Because if it's Stacy and Chrysanthemum, I ain't gonna believe nothing they had to say. Now, I might listen just for the juiciness of it, but Tressa, I know if you all follow me on YouTube, you all probably follow a lot of people on YouTube. So let me know if I get their names correct. I think it's the Ooh Ladies First panel with, I know it's Bondi Blue, Jaylee's Corner, damn it, Jamie That's Me, and Nisi J. I watch the panel every once in a while, but they have it live. I want to say tomorrow night. I don't know the time. Forgive me, because I didn't know I was going to mention this. But Tressa, they are interviewing Tressa tomorrow night on YouTube Live. And I don't remember which one of those ladies' channel it will be on. I apologize for not having all the full information, but I didn't plan on mentioning their platform. But shout out to everyone, because I do enjoy those ladies. But go to either Bondi Blue, Jaylee's Corner, Nisi J, Jamie That's Me. The panel will be on one of those four channels. They're interviewing Tressa tomorrow night live, and I will be watching, because I agree with those ladies. They said that it was not fair that they didn't do, at least do a Zoom segment with Tressa where we can at least ask her some questions on live, because I want Tressa to confront these people to why it is all of them were saying she too, like they pretty much were just saying she too fat for me. You know, I just wanted to hear more of Tressa's opinion. I wanted her to confront Dietrich for that bullshit ass Spice Shop date, and how he only wanted to date Tressa so he could have an extra week on the show. You know, so okay, thank you, Bria. It might be Nisi J's channel. I don't know which one of the four ladies. I enjoy all of the four. But if you all are around on YouTube, look for that tomorrow night. I'm gonna be there, because I definitely want to hear everything Tressa has to say. Because Tressa was my girl on the show. I liked her. So you all said the live was the flower Chris, the flower Chrysanthemum. Yes, I don't know how much I'm gonna believe. I think I'm gonna wait for the interview tomorrow night and just see what T Tressa spills over there with the Ooh Ladies First panel. Um, they're having Alexis on the panel too. You know what? What I like about that panel of ladies, they ask the questions that need that Tommy needs to be asked. So I might, because they don't mind asking the hard questions. So I might have to check out what Miss Alexis has to say. Bria, let me know when that panel is, because I don't remember when Alexis's live will be. But I follow those ladies, so I'm sure I'll see it on the repeat. And we may have to come together and talk about those, because I think these ladies are going to give us the reunion that needed to be given on the OWN network. And maybe that's something, you know, who produces this show? See, Tommy produces this show, so he probably wants to be the host. But Tommy, I'm telling you, if you look at some of these YouTubers, they will give you the reunions that you need. You are too soft with these guests, and I hate it. Because what I hated the most that Tommy did at the end of this Vernisha and Joel segment, he's sitting up here trying to get them back together. When Vernisha is sitting on stage crying over this man and the hurt that this man has given, Joel is on this stage clearly giving the best bullshit he can give, but ain't nobody believing it. And Tommy was like, "Oh, but I really thought you two was gonna ride out together. You sure it ain't no hope?" I'm like, Tommy, shut the fuck up. Why can't you check? See, this is what I don't like about Tommy or Steve Harvey, because Steve Harvey is his uncle. They are back. I have to start viewing this show for entertainment purposes only, because I never felt Steve with that whole, I'm not saying Tommy is his uncle, but he has smidgens of those characteristics. It's very misogynistic, very much the woman's fault. And I just can't rock. That's probably why nobody on this fucking show ever had a successful relationship. Look who giving the fucking dating advice. Moving on from that, because this ain't got nothing to do with Tommy. This ain't got nothing to do with Tommy. Let's see what's going on in the comments real quick. Tressa says she had a real connection with Joel and Ron. Ron, yeah, I don't know about Ron, Tressa. Joel did say he liked a thick woman. You know, Vernisha is thick too. So he probably did have some kind of connection with Tressa, because I believe at one point on the show, he said he wanted to take Tressa out on a date, but she ended up not being ready for love before he could ask. But girl, Tressa, you dodged bullets. You dodged many bullets by getting kicked off this show early. Alexis has blocked majority of the cast. Girl, block yourself. Moving on from Alexis. Um, yeah, Stephanie, why she do that? Let's keep going. They says, wait, they said Alexis slept with AJ. I believe it. I believe it. She probably fucked him on the show, and that's why she was butthurt that she got sent home over Kyra. I believe it. Alexis will be on the 12th. God, what is the that's today is the 10th. So she'll be on Monday night. None come on TV Monday, so I will be there on Niecy J's. I'll be on one of the four channels. Niecy J, one of the four. And she blocked everybody because her tea got leaked. Who cares, girl? I believe it. I believe she had sex with him. Who cares? I talked about Joelle saying she would slap somebody. Let's move on from Vernisha and Joelle, because that was a hard segment to watch, but it was the most entertaining. It was the only one that gave us some new information, because everybody else ain't telling us nothing new. Nothing new. Let's move over to David and Liz. I'm very happy Tommy checked David about the way he spoke to Liz. I'm happy Tommy said you was too eager to tell Stacy, or was yeah, he told Stacy and Andrea that they weren't ready for love. But now that it's your turn to not be ready for love, you want to get up and run across the parking lot. No, sir. You quit before you got fired. But I really don't want to talk about David, because he, in his segment, he lied the entire time. I don't believe one word that David said that entire time. I don't want to relive. Did you go over there and kiss Jason again? Who cares? Yeah, she kissed his ass again a whole bunch of times. Um, I'm just happy Liz got away from David. And that's all I want to say about that segment. You all got anything else to say about David? Because I don't care. We can go ahead and move on to the best couple. Let's see what we said in the comments real quick. I remember she was saying those sexual comments with AJ on the date. Yes, she been ready to fuck somebody. She was talking sexual to anybody on the show, honestly. I don't. Why do I have to always lead to bashing Alexis? I don't dislike the girl. I just don't like her ways. I just don't. Um, David is still lying to try to make himself good. It ain't a lie in this world that can make David look good to me. Not David is somebody. If we go all the way back to the cast assessment before episode 1, I knew who David was before the show even began. So let's move on. Let's get into Jason and Liz. I love Jason and Liz. They are my favorite couple. I'm happy they found each other. They are the only couple. I don't care how much they want to put KG and Amber on the front couch. Jason and Liz are the only couple that I believe are in a committed, exclusive, loving relationship. Did y'all peep game? Whoever edited this show was shady as hell. The cameraman and the editor. Every time Jason said something beautiful about Liz, Kyra had a stank face. Her emotions were all in her face. She was like she was trying to smile, like, oh, I'm happy for them, but then eyes would get to rolling. Kyra, you snooze, you lose, boo. You snooze, you lose. Uh, that was just funny to me. I mean, every segment. The only part about the Jason and Liz segment, because they didn't really say shit too outrageous or outstanding. They're in love. They're a loving couple. Like, what else can we say? They got good communication. Like, what else can we say? But there was one part where, Liz was saying really nice stuff about Jason. And Jason came to start saying what he had to say that he liked about Liz. And I wrote it down because this is the only part where if I was Liz, I would check his ass. He said, I like Liz because Liz positions herself to be pursued. And he said, I dealt with a lot of women, and a lot of women don't know how to move in the art of pursuit, or whatever he said, something clever with his words like that. All of that was digs at Kyra. Everything he said about Liz knows how to be pursued, she knows how to move. All of that was a Kyra dig. And I don't know about you, Liz, but when my man is giving me a compliment, I don't want it to be backhanded shade at another bitch. No, tell me what you like about me. Not that I could pursue and Kyra can't. Like, fuck all that. What do you like about me? That was the only little bit, Jason. The only little bit, and Liz just check his ass in the green room, but still keep y'all love relationship going. But other than that, that was pretty much it. I did not like. I did not like that Tommy asked these people about their intimacy, which is basically asking them, are y'all fucking? Liz, I know you was pure on the show, but you fucking Jason yet? I would cut Tommy out. For number one, KG made it clear that he is celibate as well. And Tommy did not ask KG if he was fucking Amber. Now, I could be wrong, my memory bad. Maybe he did, but I don't recall. So why you ain't worried about KG's business in the bedroom, but you worried about Liz? Kind of saying like, yeah, you playing holy on the show, but I know you fucking this man to keep him. Like, no. And I love and respect Jason for saying, I respect my woman's boundaries. I know that she wants to save herself from marriage, and so I respect that. And we could kiss, hug, lay in the bed, but we ain't never gotta cross that line. I respect her boundaries. Liz, you got a good man. I hope y'all stay together. I hope you all can work it out. And they ended the show by saying that they were in an exclusive relationship. Not that, oh, we still trying to get to know each other. Oh, we dating, but we date around. No. They said we are exclusively with each other. So Kyra, pick your face up. It ain't no opportunity or space over on this couch. Pick your face up and move on. But that's it. That's it. That was the end of it all. And next season will be in DC. On Twitter, everybody said it ain't nothing but hoes in DC. I don't know. I don't live in DC, but they said get prepared for good season. They said that on Twitter. They just said get prepared for a good season. Let's get to the comments and see where we left off. Jason is growing on you, Bria. I've always liked Jason. Jason was a star player in my cast assessment. I always liked him. No, no, no. I'm not gonna comment on that. If that's what she give you, that's what she give you. Yes, Kyra was very bitter. Okay, Bria. Don't be talking about Kyra when you talking about me. Um, yes, I forgot. He didn't. Did they not call it celibacy? He called it semen retention. Whatever. Tommy, get in their business too. But see, Tommy probably know. Y'all corrected me last week. They sitting on that couch saving face. I think I called it showing face. They saving face because they don't want to make an ass out of KG for picking the wrong woman again. So they pretending on that couch over there. So we ain't even gotta ask what kind of retention they have going on. And this is why I don't like Tommy or what is his name? Steve Harvey. They live in a world of double standard where men can do all this, but women, you better be sitting at home frying and baking, changing diapers, and making your man happy while he running the streets. Fuck both of them. Anyway, that's all I have to give. Bria, DC should be good. Um, they need a new host, but they ain't gonna get one. It's Tommy's show. I don't even really care about the host. We have to just watch this for entertainment only and hope and pray that people find love through the madness. Because I mean, I know, but how can you? I mean, I guess executive producers get fired every day. I guess they do, but who's going to tell Tommy that you need to not host your show? Like, to be honest with you all, I didn't even like when Tommy's wife was on the show. Like, she was cute to look at, but she wasn't giving good advice either. They need this show needs two hosts. They need someone who can mentor the men, even if Tommy stays. They need someone who can, Tommy can talk to the men, but they need someone to come over here and talk to the women and not talk to the women for the men's benefit, but who can talk to the women, who can help these women open their eyes and be like, look, boo, he on bullshit. Maybe you need to move like this. Because Tommy definitely over here telling the men how to move, but the advice he gives to the women, I don't see eye to eye with Tommy at all. But look, we live in a free world where we ain't got to see eye to eye to people. Like, a lot of people don't see eye to eye with me, and that's why everyone is different. But I definitely agree we need a switch up in the hosting. Even if we're not gonna fire Tommy, don't bring in his wife, but bring in a female host who can mentor the women. I agree. Or have two mentors. Like, Tommy can host the show because he's a great host, but have a male and a female mentor to where it's men's roundtable. You have the male mentor, maybe someone who's good at, what do they call it? Dating therapists, marriage counselors. I don't know. Somebody who is their expertise to give out relationship advice for the men. And then you bring in the lady mentor, therapist, whoever you want to have it. I think they should get a therapist because a lot of these people have insecurities and issues below the surface that they need to work out to even get to the point of dating. This mentor can tell you, like, Bernice Boo, this man only want his Instagram followers. Leave him alone. Go move around. You know, they definitely need a switch up in the hosting, mentoring of the show. The eliminations, everyone has been saying that the eliminations are way too early. No one should be going home at the first mixer. Like, no one, because you end up sitting in Christian home, who I felt like Christian was a very good man, respectful, but just because he ain't trying to slide through your panties and send you on trips to Cancun, he got to go home. Y'all missed out on a good man just because he was quiet. Some of y'all need a quiet ass man because y'all too loud. You need balance. So I agree. At the mixer, no one should be going home. Episode 1 should be introducing us to the cast, introducing the cast to each other, and everyone getting to know each other. You should have at least episode 3 is when you should start cutting. Because at least you should have another episode where everyone gets to go out on a date, even if it's just a speed date, whatever you want to call it. You should have an episode where they all get to know each other. They all get to go out on at least a couple of group dates. Then by episode 3, let's get to eliminating. But you're sending home the good people too early. Majority of this cast was not ready to love. Majority of this cast was ready to be on Instagram and to get a couple of extra followers, or maybe they want to have a good podcast because I've noticed a lot of the past contestants now have podcasts reviewing the shows. You know, a lot of these people just want exposure, which who doesn't? Who doesn't want exposure? I just don't like it when you do it on a dating show. Like, at least be open to love. At least be open to it. Don't just be like, I'm just gonna come and try to get an acting job or a rap career or whatever. What else? Christian should have stayed. I just would like to see people give everyone a chance. Like, a quiet boy probably isn't my type. He probably wouldn't have been my type, but who knows? Like, a lot of people think that I am like this outgoing, loud, funny person. But when you first meet me, I am very shy. I don't open up to strangers. Like, I have to get to know you. I at least want to know your name. You ain't gonna just see me like, hey, it's Just My Cheeks TV Angie. You're not gonna get that from me when you first meet me. You're gonna get me quiet. Hey, how you doing? You know, this is my son Cheeks. You know, you know the simples. And then once I get your vibe, because I definitely feel people, I feel out people's energy. If I feel a vibe with you, and we have that same energy, probably by meeting up number 2 or 3, you're gonna be like, who was this bitch and why won't she shut up? She talked too much, she crazy. That's because I have to feel comfortable with you. So that's probably the same kind of person Christian is. Not everyone is super outgoing on the first interaction. It's it's understandable. But that's it for the comments, and y'all know that's all I have to say. I can't wait for the DC. They said it'll be out this fall. Usually when they say fall is around the time when school starts. So I'm hoping that maybe by September we will be back with Ready to Love. Now I know within the comments we were talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We want to know what the hell Kyra doing up in Huntsville because that's a long drive from Houston. I can't wait to see that either. So you all stick around with Kiss My Cheeks TV. I definitely will be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I really like going live because I feel like live is much more energetic. I like interacting with you all in the comments. when I'm doing my review. I know everyone can't watch it live, and so a lot of people watch this on the repeat, but I might review Love and Marriage Huntsville live as well for the season because oh, that super trailer looks good and messy and juicy. Everything I want to talk about on YouTube. So that's it. Thank you all so much for sticking around with me this season. It was super fun, and I can't wait to see you all stick around for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, yes, Bria, Love is Blind is coming back for after the wedding. I don't know if that's gonna be a reunion special or is that a series, but I'm here for it. July 28th on Netflix, the Love is Blind after the wedding show will be up. And I can't wait to get in all of their business because you know I Love and Blind was my I'm calling it Love and Blind. Love is Blind was my show too. I love a good love show. I love when people fall in love on TV. I am truly here for it if it's real. But okay, let's end that there. So we got a couple of things to look forward to. We got to look forward to Love is Blind and Love and Marriage Huntsville. A lot of love. And thank you all for showing my channel love. I appreciate you all. And I will see you all in a few weeks for the good shows. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.